Welcome to Handmade Happenings. I'm Marissa and today I'm going to show you how to make a notepad. Now this is a very easy project, super customizable, and it doesn't take a lot of supplies, and if you're already into card making or any other kind of paper craft, you probably have everything you need. For this you'll need printer paper, cardstock, stamps and ink. I recommend smaller stamps, liquid glue, and a paper cutter, but if you don't have that, you could also use scissors. To start off, you're going to cut your paper, and I cut mine to 2 3/4 inches by 8.5 inches, and this allows for 4 sheets out of a piece of paper with none left over, but you can cut it to any size you want. I like to do it by stacking 5 sheets of printer paper together and cutting them all at once, because the paper cutter will kind of shred your paper otherwise. So you get a smoother cut if you cut more at once. It's also just faster. My notepads usually have about 20 pieces of paper, and you can do more. Just remember you're going to later have to get everything really even, and the more paper you have, the more difficult that will be. In addition to all of your sheets of paper, you'll need a piece of cardstock cut to the same measurements. And this is just to give something sturdy as a back for the notepad. You could also use paperboard, like from a cereal box, if you don't mind the picture or whatever is on the packaging. With everything cut, the next step is to prepare your stamps. And I recommend picking fairly small stamps. You don't want to take up a lot of room on your notepad. And oftentimes I'll pick more than one and alternate through them on the notepad. I'll pile the paper into 4 stacks. I'll take one stack and stamp the same design on all the paper, and then move on through each pile until I'm done. Once the stamping is done, it's time to start assembling your notepad. So you're going to layer all of your sheets of paper in whatever order you want on top of your sheet of cardstock. And then you're going to tap it all onto your table or another flat surface and get it as even as you can. Now, the most important part to get even is the top, because that's where your glue is going to go. So you want that part to be really even. The sides are not as big of a deal, neither is the bottom, because they're not getting glue. And with the sides, sometimes even if you use a paper cutter, it can still be like just the tiniest bit off. So they may or may not get as even as you would like. But the top has to be as flat as possible. Once you're happy with how you've got it aligned, you're going to put liquid glue along the top and spread it out using a paintbrush. And then, if possible, remove if there's any excess glue along the back or front, and sandwich it between 2 sheets of paper. Now in the video you'll see that I used wax paper because I was hoping when I made that particular notepad that the wax paper would keep the glue from sticking to the paper, but it didn't do anything, so just use regular paper. Place something heavy on top and let it dry. Once it's dry, you'll just remove the paper. Do this very carefully, especially if you had excess glue on the front or back, because it will obviously stick, but it will come off. You just have to be very careful as you peel it off. And that's it. You now have a handmade notepad. And as I said before, these are very customizable. You can use different stamps, different ink colors. You can make them in all different sizes. There are a lot of possibilities. I hope this video has inspired you to try making your own notepads. If you do, leave a comment and let me know how they turned out.